From overwhelmed to empowered, Philip's transformation. Philip, a senior project manager, finds himself under immense pressure with two high-stakes million-dollar projects on his plate. The looming deadlines for both projects are weighing heavily on him. One of his major concerns is the timely delivery of materials from overseas, and he's also grappling with the issue of manpower. Hiring more workers could help speed up the process, but it would drive up project expenses, ultimately reducing profits. And if he exceeds the budget, he's certain management will criticize him. As the deadlines grow nearer, the stress intensifies day by day. Philip's anxiety is starting to take a toll on his sleep. For days, he struggles to rest, which only compounds his stress. Desperate for relief, he turns to alcohol at dinner to help him fall asleep, but it's not effective. His restlessness continues, and his interactions with his team, managers, and contractors suffer due to his lack of sleep and growing tension. One Sunday, seeking a brief escape, Philip visits a coffee shop. The atmosphere is calm and soothing, with modern decor and relaxing background music. As he sits with his coffee, he begins to feel a slight sense of peace, but when the pressure of his projects crosses his mind, his face betrays his stress. That's when he notices an elderly man sitting at a nearby table, observing him. The man seems to sense that something is wrong. After a few moments, the old man politely approaches and asks if Philip is okay. Feeling a strange comfort, Philip opens up about the overwhelming stress he's been under due to his projects. The old man listens attentively and then shares some advice for managing stress. He suggests that Philip incorporate simple yet powerful practices into his daily routine. Whenever you have a free moment at work, listen to some relaxation music, the old man begins. Take small light exercise at home. This will help clear your mind and release tension. He continues, before going to bed, practice mindfulness of breathing. Focus on the sensation of air entering and leaving your nostrils or lips. Simply observe the flow of your breath. This will help calm your mind and prepare you for rest. The old man also suggests observing the six senses throughout the day when you have free time: sight, smell, taste, hearing, touch, and thought. When you hear a sound, acknowledge it, I am hearing. When you see something, simply observe, I am seeing. If you smell something, recognize it, I am smelling. And when a thought arises, simply observe it, I am thinking. This practice helps keep you grounded in the present moment. Lastly, the old man advises Philip to play relaxation music as he sleeps, as it will encourage a peaceful rest and ease his anxiety. These practices, he says, can help reduce stress and make your work feel less burdensome. That night, Philip follows the old man's advice. He practices mindfulness of breathing and other method of observing his senses and listens to calming music as he drifts off to sleep. The next day, he notices a significant difference. His stress is more manageable, and he feels more focused and energized at work. His productivity increases, and he successfully meets both project deadlines with time to spare. Philip is deeply grateful to the elderly man. He feels a sense of calm and balance he hasn't experienced in months and wants to learn more about these techniques to maintain his well-being. He looks forward to meeting the old man again to delve deeper into the wisdom he shared. To be continued, Part 2. From overwhelmed to empowered, Philip's transformation, Part 2. Philip's life took a beautiful turn when he discovered peace, balance, and deeper connections with those around him. His motivation at work reached new heights, and his overall well-being flourished. The secret behind this transformation? 3 simple practices: listening to relaxing music, mindfulness of breathing, and observing the 6 senses. These life-changing habits were gifted to him by a wise old man he met at a cozy coffee shop. Deeply grateful, Philip decided to revisit the coffee shop one weekend to thank the old man personally. However, the man was nowhere to be found. Undeterred, Philip began returning to the coffee shop every weekend, drawn by its tranquil ambiance, soothing background music, and perfectly brewed coffee. It became his sanctuary. Weeks later, to Philip's joy, he spotted the old man in the same corner where they first met. Filled with happiness, he rushed over to thank him. "Your advice has transformed my life," Philip said earnestly. "I feel calm, balanced, and full of energy. I'd love to learn more about the practices you shared." The old man smiled and began to explain the profound impact of soothing music, saying, Relaxing music is not just entertainment, it's a bridge to serenity. It calms the mind, reduces stress, and uplifts the spirit. He continued, picture this. Whether you're at a hotel, waiting in an airport, unwinding in a pub, pampering yourself at a parlor, or enjoying a massage, soothing music transforms the ordinary into something magical. The benefits of relaxing music for the mind. Stress relief. Relaxing tunes reduce cortisol levels, helping you release tension and feel at ease. Enhanced focus. Whether planning an adventure at an airport or enjoying a makeover at a parlor, music clears your mind, enhancing concentration. Boosted mood. Uplifting melodies lift your spirits, leaving you refreshed and positive. For health, better sleep. Hotels curate playlists to help guests drift into peaceful slumber, a testament to music's sleep-enhancing powers. Lower blood pressure. Gentle rhythms reduce anxiety and regulate heart rate, making them ideal for energizing pubs or calming massages. Pain management. During spa or massage therapy, music combined with touch alleviates physical discomfort and accelerates recovery. The old man's words resonated deeply with Philip, reinforcing the value of integrating soothing music into daily life. As Philip continued to visit the coffee shop, he realized that music wasn't just a background detail. It was a transformative force that turned mundane moments into extraordinary escapes. Let soothing music guide your journey toward calm, balance, and rejuvenation, not just as it did for Philip. Whether you're at a hotel, an airport, a pub, or indulging in a spa day, let the melodies transform your experience into something truly magical. The old man explained to Philip about mindfulness breathing. Mindfulness of breathing is a simple yet profoundly effective practice that has the power to transform your mind and body. By focusing on your breath, you can find calm amid life's chaos, reduce stress, and enhance overall health. Here's how it works and the benefits it brings, based on personal experience and insights. Mindfulness of breathing involves consciously observing your breath as it flows in and out. You don't need to change it, just notice its natural rhythm. By anchoring your attention to the breath, you redirect your focus from worries, distractions, or stress to the present moment. How it reduces stress. Breaks the cycle of overthinking. Stress often comes from overanalyzing past events or worrying about the future. Focusing on your breath interrupts this cycle, bringing you back to the here and now. 2. Activates the relaxation response. Deep, mindful breathing signals your body to switch from the fight or flight state to the rest and digest mode. This lowers heart rate, relaxes muscles, and reduces cortisol levels. 3. Increases awareness. By becoming aware of your thoughts and emotions without judgment, you learn to respond to stressors calmly rather than reacting impulsively. Practicing mindfulness of breathing creates a profound sense of calm. When I focus on my breath, it feels like stepping into a quiet oasis amid a bustling world. Each inhale brings a sense of renewal, and each exhale feels like letting go of tension. Over time, this practice has given me clarity and balance, allowing me to approach challenges with a peaceful mind. Health benefits. Improved mental clarity. Regular practice sharpens focus and enhances decision-making. Better sleep. Mindful breathing before bedtime helps relax the mind and prepares the body for restful sleep. Lower blood pressure. By reducing stress and calming the nervous system, mindful breathing helps maintain healthy blood pressure levels. Enhanced immunity. A calmer mind contributes to a stronger immune system, as chronic stress is known to weaken it. Emotional resilience. It helps regulate emotions, reducing anxiety and enhancing overall well-being. The old man explained that mindfulness-based stress reduction, MBSR, is a program designed to help individuals harness the power of mindfulness to alleviate stress. This transformative approach is widely taught in various settings, including hospitals, military units, prisons, schools, yoga studios, and retreat centers. The goal of MBSR is to reduce stress while enhancing both physical and mental well-being, making it a valuable tool for people from all walks of life. Old man explained benefit of observing sex senses. To be continued, Part 3. The old man further explains the important points about mindfulness meditation. Due to not engaging in unnecessary thinking, the mental energy is not depleted, and the mind does not become distracted. Instead, the thoughts are carefully analyzed at the appropriate time, leading to better accuracy in the judgment and enabling easier resolution of problems. Another point is that when practicing meditation, the airflow through the nostrils, or the nasal passage, gradually becomes softer and more controlled. As the airflow becomes more refined, it becomes smoother, and light appears along the path where the air touches. As the light becomes clearer, one should focus solely on the light rather than air, and if the light fades, one should bring attention back to it. Once the light appears again, one can meditate on it for 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or longer. With time, the mind will become clearer. As one continues, one may even focus on the light for 1 hour, 2 hours, or even a whole day. In the experience of prolonged mindfulness meditation, the feelings and sensations that arise are different from the sensory experiences derived from external stimuli. These sensations, which arise from purity of mind, are not tied to likes or dislikes, nor are they associated with discomfort, dissatisfaction, or aversion. These are pure and clear experiences of happiness. The old man emphasizes that the joy experienced through external senses differs greatly from the deep contentment found within through mindfulness. This practice not only alleviates stress, but also cultivates a pure mind. True success in life, he suggests, comes when we act with a mind that is pure and clear. The old man explains the concept of observing 6 senses. He describes how the 6 external senses, such as sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, and mental impressions, arise due to various causes. When these external senses interact with the corresponding internal senses, such as the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind, knowledge or awareness arises. For instance, when the eyes meet an object, sight arises. When the ears come into contact with sound, hearing arises. When the nose contacts a smell, smell awareness arises. When the tongue meets a taste, taste awareness arises. When the body encounters a sensation, tactile awareness arises. Similarly, when the mind meets thoughts and ideas, mental awareness arises. This process of interaction is a natural phenomenon and not something caused by anyone's action. The old man gives the example of a gas lighter. Inside the gas lighter, there is gas, and the wheel works when pressed. When pressed, fire appears. However, in the gas lighter, there is no fire, nor is there fire in the wheel or in the hand that presses. The fire appears only due to the interaction of causes and conditions, which is a natural law. However, the gas inside the lighter has the potential to create fire. The old man gives another example involving a drum. When struck with a stick, a sound is produced. There is no sound stored inside the drum, in the stick, or in the hand holding the stick. The sound arises due to the interaction of causes and conditions, a natural law. The drum, however, has the potential to produce sound. Likewise, when the eyes meet an object, sight arises. This does not happen because the eyes or the object inherently contain the sight, but because the two causes come together to produce the result. The eyes have the potential to form images. When sight occurs, other supporting natural laws must also be in place. The eyes must be functioning properly, the object must be clearly visible, light must be present, and attention must be focused. Only when these conditions are met can sight occur. The mind that perceives the form through the eyes arises when the eyes make contact with the form. However, the consciousness will only occur when all the other natural supporting factors are present. The eyes must be in good condition. The form must be clearly visible. Light must be present. Attention must be focused. Only when these 4 factors are fulfilled can consciousness occur. The eyes must be functioning well, otherwise one cannot see. Similarly, when the ear comes into contact with sound, the consciousness of sound arises. But for this to occur, the ear must be in good condition, the sound must be audible, there must be air capable of transmitting sound, and attention must be focused. Only when these 4 factors are present will hearing occur. If the ear is impaired, one will not hear. When the nose comes into contact with a scent, the consciousness of smell arises, but for this to occur, the nose must be functioning properly, the scent must be present, the air must carry the scent, and attention must be focused. Only when these 4 factors are complete can one perceive the scent. If the nose is impaired, one may lose the ability to smell, as seen during the COVID period, when some people lost their sense of smell, and thus could no longer perceive scents. Similarly, when the tongue comes into contact with taste, the consciousness of taste arises. But the tongue must be in good condition, the taste must be present, there must be moisture in the tongue to carry the taste, and attention must be focused. Only when these four factors are complete can one perceive the taste. If the tongue is impaired, as seen during the COVID period, when some people lost their sense of taste, the perception of taste would not arise. When the body comes into contact with physical sensations, the consciousness of those sensations arises. But the body must be in good condition, the sensation must be present, there must be skin to experience the sensation, and attention must be focused. Only when these four factors are complete can one perceive physical sensations. If the body is impaired and one cannot feel or sense, like in certain diseases or conditions, consciousness of touch would not occur. Finally, when the mind interacts with thoughts, the mind must be in good condition, the heart must be in good condition, thoughts must be present, and attention must be focused. The mind of those who are mentally disturbed or in certain conditions may not function properly, and they may not be able to distinguish between what is real or unreal. Thus, when the mind is not functioning properly, one may lose the ability to perceive thoughts clearly. In summary, for consciousness to occur, each of the sensory faculties, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind, must be in good condition, the relevant stimuli must be present, and attention must be focused on those stimuli. Only when all these conditions are met can perception arise. The process of interaction between the external senses, the internal senses, and the resulting mental awareness is a natural occurrence, not caused by individual actions. Our ability to perceive is not the result of our own power, but of the natural laws at play. Another important point to consider is that our external senses, internal senses, and mental awareness are constantly changing every second, making them inherently impermanent. These aspects do not arise through our own power or control, signifying their nature as non-self. Because they are neither permanent nor stable, they are marked by unsatisfactoriness. Each of these elements possesses its own natural characteristics, independent of our influence. In ordinary circumstances, when people encounter the external senses, the common response is to experience likes and dislikes. Likes arise toward pleasant sensations, while dislikes arise toward unpleasant ones. When there is like, there is also attachment and desire. When encountering unpleasant sensations, there is often irritation and frustration. Attachment, desire, liking, and disliking do not lead to a peaceful mind. However, by removing likes and dislikes towards external sensory objects and simply observing seeing when seeing, hearing when hearing, smelling when smelling, tasting when tasting, touching when touching, and thinking when thinking, with mindfulness, the mind will become calm and clear. Ultimately, as one practices mindfulness more consistently, a higher level of peace and tranquility will be achieved. This practice can be applied anytime, anywhere, and in any posture, whether walking, sitting, standing, or lying down during moments of free time. The old man emphasizes the importance of mindfulness. In situations where negative mental states arise, such as attachment, hatred, or delusion, it is essential to cultivate mindfulness and understanding to eliminate these unwholesome mental states. By doing so, positive qualities such as kindness, compassion, and generosity can grow, contributing to the well-being of oneself and others. Lastly, he explains how the cultivation of mindfulness and ethical conduct leads to peace and harmony. By eliminating mental impurities and focusing on positive actions, individuals can experience inner peace, which in turn leads to peace in their families and communities, ultimately contributing to a peaceful world. Philip, having listened to the old man's explanation, expresses his gratitude for the valuable teachings and leaves the coffee shop, reflecting on how he can apply the principles of mindfulness and observing the six senses in his own life. He decides to practice mindfulness meditation and live a life of virtue, knowing that this path will lead to happiness and fulfillment.